creative friends. How is everybody doing this evening? Welcome, welcome. It is Thursday, almost weekend time. Hope everybody had a blessed week so far. If you're catching this on replay, please hashtag replay so that I can welcome you, chat with you, and please comment, like, hearts, all the things to help push us out into Facebook world, because that's what they like. So I appreciate you guys doing all those things. I'm gonna pull us up on my iPad, see if I can find us, and I pray everybody is recovering or has recovered from this crazy weekend. And I know several of us are having another storm coming through. This one is either called the nor'easter or a bomb cyclone, and I have not really looked to see who all is affected. I know North Carolina and the coast is affected, and that's going to go up north, but I don't know about people below us. I'm going to go ahead and turn you down. So I am not sure who all is affected by this storm. So be careful. This one is supposed to be more snow than ice, and that will make it a little bit better, but still the roads are going to be treacherous and the temperatures are brutal. We have a temperature advisory, cold advisory in place. So this is an oval from Craft Deals. I've already painted it white to get started, and I'm just going to go ahead and finish this out. I'm just going to do the edges, and then we're going to add some more colors to it and make it a little bit more prettier. And then we will use one of the vintage truck transfers to add on here. And then we're going to do a little one, a little oval also from Craft Deals. And we're going to use Decoupage paper on that one and add a transfer to that. So two different methods, same transfer set. And I will show you the transfer set here in just a second. Let me just finish painting this out. And we got a couple of brush bristles on here. Let me get them off. And I'm not even going to dry this. I am going to go ahead and add the next, look at that, I've got paint all over me. The next colors on here. Hello, Carlene. Are you ready for winter to be over? You look like you are snowed in, and I know you have had some frigid cold temperatures. I am going to add green, Hauser medium green to the bottom, and on the top we're going to add a little bit of Blue Haven, a little bit of blue chiffon. All of these are deco art, and then we're going to add a hint of vintage pink. I thought the vintage pink would go good with our truck, and I'll show you in just a minute which truck we are using. And I am just going to put a dab of paint on it, guys. I am not going to be needing much. I'm just going to spread this out on here. I'm going to create an imaginary horizon line right here. Now we're just going to, and we will ground the truck. We're going to add some brown underneath the tires to ground him in. And I'm going to get a little bit more green right here. And these bristles, I'm going to get them off when that is dry. All I'm going to do is I am just going to clean my brush off really good. And add my Blue Haven. Yes, hey Sherry. I imagine so. I'm excited about hopefully seeing some snow. You know what? I am just going to put this straight on here. And do it darker on the bottom and lighter on the top. And I just like it if you want just a little drop to come out. That is way too much. Didn't want that much, but we're gonna do with what we got, right? Yeah, the weather people are saying that it is snow, no ice. We're just waiting to find out how much of the snow it's going to be. We don't know that yet. And I figured doing a vintage spring decor would be just pretty. Now you have the two colors blended in, and I just think it looks good. I'm going to put the pink on my paper over here and work the pink in. And I just put a little smidge of the pink on here. I spread it out on my brush. I see bunnies on this. Do you guys see some bunnies running around on here? Can we say we want spring to come? Oh my goodness. All right, that is too bright. So I'm going to take the rest off on my brush. And then I'm just going to blend that in. And that is too pink for me. So I'm going to add, not that much. Goodness. Me and just getting a drop on here is not working too well. Do you see that? I really didn't want my sky to look like this, but the Lord had other plans. The Lord said you need this in your sky. I think that's pretty good. I really wanted a little bit more of the blue in there. And we're going to have a whole bucket full of paint on here in a minute. As I'm slinging it everywhere. I'm going to have a lot of drying time. I'm leaving it just like that. Got a little paint right there. I'm going to get up. You know me, I get it everywhere. So this is our background. And this is the truck we're going to add. And This is, it is out of the Vintage Rustic Trucks. The link is listed, so remember, shipping, free shipping for January is almost over. January is almost over with, so you got 2 more days for free shipping. And then we have the bundle. I have not looked to see if the best of vintage of the bundle is still available. But I know several transfers have already sold out. So if you're interested, I'm not sure if they're going to restock, but put your name on the list and they will let you know when they do restock. Let's see, what else do we have? The free shipping, the bundle is on sale. There's other stencils on sale. We have the discount code. You can use mine, WK21, and then they give credit for future purchases at the 60, 90, and 120 mark. So if you order the bundle, then you can get a $30 credit towards your next purchase and free shipping, and you're able to use a discount code. Now the discount code will bring you below the 120. Just add a pack of brushes or something in there. Let's sand those bristles up. They normally come off fairly easy after you dry it. I say that, and this little one is being stubborn. And there it goes. You know, you always got to have that one that hangs on forever. I just left this white. I don't know if it's going to stay white. Depends on what I want to do on the other side. But for now, I'm just going to leave it white. When you sand, you find out whether you have, my paint wasn't dry. So I know that I'm going to have to dry it again, because we want to put a transfer on here, so we got to make sure that this is good and dry. And it could have come from the edge, but I am going to dry this one more time. Yeah, I see little bunnies hopping in here and some flowers on the bottom and somebody hiding some Easter eggs, or the 3 crosses. An Amazing Grace. A background like this is good for so many different things. Tell me, what do you see on this background? What can you envision on here? I'm going to offset the truck to the edge over here because we're going to do words. So he is going to sit over there in that corner. Always leave enough room to touch it on the clear plastic. If you need to put it back on, I'll set it again and again. Put it back on the shiny side. If you're not sure exactly where you want it, hover over top and see where you want to put this. Once it touches, whether it is your hand or the board, it will come off, and that is the end. There will be no recovery. Sometimes there is, but for the most part there isn't. What do you think? Does that not look awesome? I just love the colors with that. And the colors again were Hauser medium green. I colored the board in warm white. Hey, Miss Bonnie, my friends. Blue Haven and blue chiffon for the sky. And then we added vintage pink. And those colors will also be perfect for those gorgeous butterflies that are in the vintage butterfly set. And for those of you that are not familiar, I am an ambassador with Essential Stencil, and these are transfers and stencils that I'm using this evening from Essential Stencil. If there's anything that is of interest, well, I'm rubbed it off. This is an Essential Stencil tool that you can use to put your transfers on. This is the blue one. This one was special for October for breast cancer awareness. Can you guys see good? And if I hold things up too close to you, I do apologize. That happens because my phone is sitting in there backwards, and I really don't know how close I need to be to show you things. Hey, Miss Barb. Oh, thank you, Carlene. More labs and antibiotics. Prayers for you, Miss Bonnie. Please keep our friend Miss Bonnie in your prayers. She's had a time with some doctor things going on. And I pray that you are on the mend, my dear. And I know you said you didn't want any snow, so I'm praying that you're going to send that snow my way. Are you forecasted to get anything, or are you going to be spared this time? I know Miss Carlene in West Virginia is going to get something. Unless she is too far west, then she might not. Because this storm is going even to the coast, the East Coast. Take your time up here with the flowers. You see all those little sprigs. Just take your time when you're putting this in. Don't rush it. I'm going to go ahead and work on this a little bit more. In the mirror. You just got to take your time on this little stuff. And I pull up with my left and push down with my right and rub it in, burnish it in. Just make sure if you feel resistance and you see it lifting up, lay it back down and then rub over it again. And keep all those folks in Mississippi and in the other states that have had trees come down with, and I'm not talking just a couple of trees. There's been rows and rows and rows of trees, power lines that have come down in Mississippi. And it's just sad to see. That is a lot of trees down. I'm just going to go and push this in a little bit, and then I'm going to come back from the other side. You guys know that I'll go at it from all sides and meet in the middle. That way I will not accidentally leave some of these flowers behind. So then we'll just start from the other side. And that tire is right on the edge, and that's exactly where I wanted it, right at the bottom. Perfect placement. We will add a little bit of grass and some ground under the tires. I'm like Miss Tammy, my things have to be grounded because I feel like it is floating if I don't put that down. It's got to have some ground. Plus it just makes it look prettier too when it is fully finished out. It just adds a little extra. So go from all sides. If you have problems, make sure that your surface is dry, that it is oil-free, lotion-free, wax-free. All those things will hinder your transfer from adhering. If you have something like when I put that decoupage paper down, I am going to seal it with Mod Podge so that I could put my transfer over top. And I have to make sure that that Mod Podge is dry really good before I put that transfer down. And I appreciate you guys spreading out the whimsy, which is sharing it out. That way, maybe some others will see that are interested in essential stencil items or transfers in general or stencils, learning how to. And they just want to be part of our creative community, which we have an amazing creative community. And if you have not been on the Essential Stencil page, Facebook page, check that out. The Stencil of the Month, they have a lot of information on there, tutorials, and just all kinds of things. We're almost done. So who in here is old enough that their parents had a truck like this? And did they have maybe a farm truck that was similar to this one? I love old trucks. My son loves old trucks too. He has a, I think it's a 58, and he is working on, he's been working on it. He hasn't had the time to work on it much here lately. It's going to be a 58 and a half, I think, because he's combined 58 with 59. And then he has a 71 Chevelle sitting in the under the carport to be restored. So me and him would go to all the car shows all the time. When hubby was on the fishing bank, me and him hit the road. Pamela was to some extent already in college at that point. So me and him went to the car shows, and he knew all of the cars. Look how pretty that is. Does that not look like spring? If that doesn't remind you of spring, then I don't know. I just think that is just perfect. That sky, just love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. We are going to use Country Roads Vintage Soul. I'll link that one as well. We are going to use the Country Roads one, but we have to break it up because it is too big to put on there the way it is. So I am going to put Roads on first because then I can position the country one, the other one better. I'm going to go ahead and start with this one. I think it will be fun. I am going to have to put a little bit of tape right there because that Y and that S is very close together. And while I'm at it, I am going to go ahead and tape this off too. And I am going to use brown, I'm going to use milk chocolate for this to keep it all in that same color scheme. And I'm going to use a 3/4 inch brush from Essential Stencil. Plowing roads with their tractors, yes. Your aunt had one. I just love old vehicles. I don't know. There's just, I don't know if it is just the nostalgia or if it is just that charm. There is just something about old trucks. We want to have a dry brush. Now, I'm holding my finger on the A right here so I won't accidentally. And if the words are too close to the sides right here and you think you might go over, tape that off. You know, like if you think you might go over the edge, tape it off. That way you don't have to worry about it and think about it. Or like me, talk and keep on swirling. Do a quick dry. I'm just grabbing from the offload pile, but I am going to offload a little bit more on my paper towel. When you get to the point where it is dry, you can push your brush down a little bit more and get a little bit more coverage. I like to stipple sometimes just to get a little bit of, I think I like that texture. I think that color is perfect with this. And that's how you break out a stencil, how you can use the stencil. When you see 6-inch stencils and you're like, I don't know what to do with those, or my board isn't the right size, break it up and be careful when you take your tape off. You see the D right there? If you're not careful, you're going to pull that completely off and detach it because it is only held on by those two little bridges right there, and you don't want to accidentally decapitate your letters. Make sure you don't have no paint on the back side. We are good. And then we're going to add roads on here. And again, we're going to have to tape off, because I am not going to put this on here. We're going to move that down. Sometimes you need to take the time to tape things off so that you will not accidentally paint something you do not want on here. And we do the same thing again. We'll load our brush. Way too wet. We'll go offload your brush. And make sure you offload the sides too. Sometimes you get paint loaded onto the sides. And we'll just go put our design on our words on. Do our second coat. I'm going to dry it and then apply another coat. Some colors you need more than one coat. And thanks for hanging out with me on a Thursday. I appreciate you. Make sure you hop on to see what Miss Tammy, she is on tonight. What she is making tonight. I'll get a little bit more paint. Tell you what, this color was the perfect complement to that truck. I'm stippling because I like that. Since this is the word roads, I like that effect that it has, the stippling. Oh, I love it. And you can leave it like that. Do we want to leave it like that? Just country roads? Or do we want to add take me? And if we are going to do the take me home, home will not fit. This home is way too big. It will not fit on there. It will cover a lot of things up. So we have room for the take me because the take me isn't but this big. So we can do the take me, but the home, I was going to use this home right here and then add the home right here, and that is out of, it's not available at the moment, it is out of the home 6-pack, which is also linked. So if you don't have this one and you would like it, put your name on the wait list. So home would go here, and take me I will put right there. So do we want to leave it or do we want to add take me home? I'll wait a few seconds until we leave it like it is. Hey, Miss Cindy, I was thinking about you. How are you doing, my friend? So you just want to leave it like this? Sometimes less is more, guys. Are you, the rest of you, in agreement with leaving it? I am going to stencil, I am going to sand over it. Not stencil over it, sand, just sand. I don't think I am, oh, we need to put some road down here. I need a little bit of road. Gotta kick up some mud on the tires. Now he's grounded. All right, let's work on the other one and then we'll see. I don't think I am going to frame this out like I normally do. I think I like this one the way it is. And I can always come back and add a little bit of grass in there. But let's work on the other one real quick. I just love how that turned out. And I love it just with the country roads on there. Clean up a little bit of the mess. The other one is the little guy. And let me tell you how big these are. These are from Craft Deals. This one is 6 inches. And this one is 12 inches. Doesn't look like this is half the size of this one, does it? When you look at it, optical illusion. I am using this paper from Decoupage Central. It is, what is it? It is, yeah, a size A4. It doesn't tell me the name or anything. DC 923. And I want to use this part down here because that looks like the truck could sit on there perfectly. So we are going to use it just like that on there. And this is the truck I'm going to put on. It's going to be almost color on color. And here's my nifty little brush. And I am not even going to paint it. I'm just going to leave it the way it is because this wood is pretty light colored, so I'm not even going to paint it. Make sure we got it all the way to the edges. I'm bad for leaving edges undone. And this is the part I wanted on here. You can dry this and then put your paper on and then iron it, but I'm just going to do it like this. am just going to crease it so that I know where to sand it off. I could have cut it out, creased it beforehand and cut it out, but this works just as well. I'm going to take my little gator sander. This is all dirty. Hold it at an angle. And it'll come right off. I couldn't hold it in my hand. Kept slipping off. It's coming. Sometimes you just have to go around it a couple of times. There we go, and I still have plenty left for another project. And I'm going to show you on what happened to the edges, and I wanted that to feather out, so I'm going to show you. See how that is still light colored? It feathered out because of the way I was sanding it. So I like that. It gives it that rustic look, and we can add a little bit of our dark wax on here. Now I am going to put a coat of Mod Podge over top. I'm going to dry it a little bit more. You know, this looks pretty just by itself, and you could just add a word on here. Just going to do a thin coat of Mod Podge. Need a little bit more. And I just put my Mod Podge in that bottle. There's nothing special. It's just regular matte Mod Podge. It is just easier for me to get it out of that bottle. Now we're going to dry it really well so we can put our truck on here. And this truck is in that same truck set. This one is in the same set. And look how pretty these are. Look at those gorgeous trucks. And you could put Like have this one for springtime and then add this one on there for the fall and use fall colors. I think that would be very pretty. Let this dry a little bit. I always like to let it dry a little bit. And to me, this looks kind of like a road, so I'm going to try to sit my truck on top of that road. I'm not going to add any words to this. And this truck is going this way. So now I'm going to see how I want him on here. I think I want him right there. I've committed. And wait a minute. They have, let's see, one of them is going this way and the other one is going the other way. So you'll have a truck that is going in a different direction. And this is just going to be the truck. There's not going to be no words and no nothing. It's just going to be the truck. And these 6-inch ovals are just perfect in size. But when I saw that paper on Decoupage Central, I was like, ooh, I gotta get that. That'll be perfect for these trucks. If there's anything that you're interested from Decoupage Central, they're getting ready to have a new release. Get the link from Miss Melissa with Junk and Craft Treasures, and she will be able to get you that link so that you can go straight to Decoupage Central and it will help her out a little bit. And craft deals, Miss Cindy Berry has a code, Berry Jam Crafts, you can use for craft deals, DEALZ, craft deals. And if I'm not mistaken, at craft deals, that even saves you on sale items as well. So you can use her code there. I don't have a code for them yet. One day. Not yet. Let's see, so who's going to get some snow out of this weather? Thanks for sprinkling. Hey, Angela. Sweet girl, I miss you. Angela is one of my best friends from work. She is just wonderful. We worked together for many, many years. There you go. Nothing needs to be done, but I am going to show you with that Kills Dark Wax how that transforms it. Angela, if you're still on here, would you sprinkle me out, please? Which means share. I would appreciate that. Hey, Nikki, thanks for sprinkling the whimsy. This is the dark wax. And I always rub mine off a little bit. My brush gets a little stiff sometimes. And we'll just dusty that edge up and frame it in that way. Make it look real vintage. And then I can take my stain and stain all of this in brown. You can also use your wax. And that just makes it look like an old piece. So you can use your wax. And you can take a baby wipe, a Clorox wipe, and wipe that back a little bit if you don't want that much on there. So glad you ladies hopped on. Appreciate you being on. Thanks for the sprinkling of the whimsy. I would love to get welcome new peeps in here to grow our whimsy bunch. Does that not look like an old antique piece? I just think it just looks old and rustic and just like an old little piece. And you know what you could do? You could use the, what is it called? The dishwasher safe Mod Podge. Put that over top and then use it as a coaster. You can use that as a coaster for your husband, your spouse, your son, your boyfriend, uncle, any one of the men in your life, and they can set their drink on there. Just a thought. So here we have two different projects out of the same transfer set. What you guys think? Which one is your favorite? The little baby or the big one? And should we edge it out in brown, or should we just leave it the way it is? Thank you, ladies. I am doing well, Nikki. Thank you. I just love these. And let me see. We've got a couple of minutes. You could you literally could use the same truck on the other side. But you could use this one. It's the same size as that one. And put it on the other side. Do your colors for the sky a little bit different and make that one a fall picture. And then you have a spring and summer, and then you turn it around and have a fall one. Or you can have your truck going the other way. So there is two different options. And then it has this beautiful big one in here. I love that big truck. Yes, happy birthday. Has anybody heard from Miss Kim? You like both? All right, ladies, that is all I had for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, there is different ways that you can use your transfers. I was going to add a little bit. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of green sprigs in here to make our grass. Just a couple of green sprigs. Nothing major, nothing big. My essential stencil brushes are all dirty, so I am using a different brush. Fill this in a little bit with some grass. And I'm just getting my brush to a point. And I'm going to add a little bit more up here because, you know, grass grows in different places. So I'm going to have to add some up here. Maybe that's the new flowers growing. I need another little one right there. You know how it is when you got a spot that it just looks like it needs something. What you guys think about the grass? And you can take it further and add a couple of dots of different colors of flowers in it. Like you can take colors of these flowers and just put a couple of dots on there. But I think I'm just going to leave it as grass. Well, I'm praying that Miss Kim is okay. And I just love that you guys check on each other. And it just blesses my heart. Even when I'm sick or something is going on, you guys always check and pray, and I just love that. I just love this community. So let's read one of our blessing cards. I just love reading these. We done that one yesterday, I think. Let's get a new one. Give all your worries and cares to God, for He cares about you. 1 Peter 5:7, and it says, when life gets too hard to stand, kneel. When life gets too hard to stand, kneel. Give all your worries and cares to God, for He cares about you. 1 Peter 5:7. I just love that. You guys have a blessed evening. Stay safe this weekend. If you're getting anything, if you getting snow, send me some pictures. I will post some if we get some snow. And please be careful. Check on your neighbors. Check on elderly. Check on those that are by themselves. And Kim's okay? Good. We're just concerned about her. We just love her. We love all of you. Have a blessed evening, and check out what Miss Tammy is creating tonight on the Essential Stencil page at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Have a good one, ladies. I'm going to turn you back down so that I can get up and turn this off.